I'm Alex Morash, and let's clear up the USA View. How did LGBTQ lose Latinos to Trump, and what's next? Progressive organizers are launching a new $1.4 million digital and field campaign to re-engage Latino voters, focusing on economic struggles and President Donald Trump's plans for mass deportations. The Valiente Action Fund, backed by the progressive donor network Way to Win, is targeting voters in Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, New Jersey, North Carolina, and Texas. The campaign aims to highlight how Trump's economic promises have fallen short, while warning that his immigration tactics have grown more extreme. Tory Gavito, president of Way to Win, said the effort is meant to speak to Latinos in their full experience, especially about housing and rising costs. In New Jersey, ads link Trump's endorsement of Republican Jack Ciattarelli, sometimes called Cheeto in the news, to anti-immigrant policies, while in Nevada, organizers are targeting GOP Governor Joe Lombardo over his record on tenant protections. Nationally, Hispanic voters shifted significantly towards Trump in the last election. 43% of Hispanic voters supported Trump, up from 35% in 2020. The biggest gains came in Texas and Florida, with smaller shifts in New Jersey, New York, and Arizona. The question remains, can this new campaign truly win Latino voters back? Well, I do want to remind people that, I did double check exit polls, and Harris, I think I got 60% roughly of the Latino vote, so I wouldn't call that a loss, just so that people know. And too often, when I see these groups, and LGBTQ media loves to do the insert random ethnic group or marginalized group and how they allegedly are homophobic. And I always have to remind people, just so y'all know, the first governor in America to ever support marriage equality with a black man, the first president to ever support marriage equality with a black man. For every marginalized elected official you find that's allegedly homophobic, there's 20 homophobes. So that they don't know, Mike Pence is white. Just so that we're all aware on that. Now, on this specific issue, it's kind of nice that a bunch of donors got together and decided something. That's never a good thing when they think it's the best time. But yay, we're finally talking about affordability. Would have really liked, Kamala, the Democratic Party, to have noticed that in the last 5 years. Just maybe, that's all.
Well, yes, it's the people in the background who are now preparing these candidates to go out and talk to the right people. We saw that with Hillary Clinton, right? We saw that.
But with Kamala, her people did encourage her to do a better economic message, and she listened to her brother-in-law, who is the lawyer from Uber instead.
But how difficult can it be to re-engage these people when they're watching their communities being sent out of the country by the orange malignancy? They're watching the ICE stormtroopers parading through their communities. Get engaged. Leave him behind. Leave that lump behind, and come to the better side. Come to where people care.
I think that a lot of Latino voters, when they came to the polls this time around, they were relating to law-abiding, hardworking, just kitchen table issues types of. That's what they thought. They thought the conditions would get better.
Right. But he lied.
They never expected that. I mean, it was a total bait and switch with him this time.
For sure.
No one expected this.
I'm questioning the 1.4 million, and I'm going 1.4. Is that enough, or is it too much? Because it's digital media, 1.4 million.
It's not that much.
The Florida Gems budget back when I was there on our low budget time was $6 million a year. Right. So this is not actually a very big.
And they're covering that many states and not Florida.
Not Florida.
I know. Don't even get me on. Maybe if we could shift a few votes here, it might maybe affect a thing or two. Yeah. So, but but on yes, Donald Trump lied. But I always have to remember, I think someone who's worked for the Gems, they didn't deliver during Biden's presidency.
No, they didn't.
I always try to explain to them, show one thing that you've done to make everyone's life better, and you'll do so much better. And you look at guys like Mondani, he's talking about free buses. Is that going to be life-changing? No, it's going to be cheaper to get to work. And people like stuff like that.
Better. Of course. They like better.
Yeah.
I just think both parties are completely disconnected.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Completely.
Well, and what's going on in New Jersey is scary, not only with, the candidate that we're talking about, Ciattarelli.
I have no idea how to say
But having come from the Garden State, New Jersey, there is a large Latino voting base there, and then he's also extremely homophobic as well.
Yeah.
So, I wish them well in that election. Mickey Sherrill is certainly much more open-minded, and hopefully she'll be elected.
Well, there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories, sharing them, and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.